guys, welcome back to Jody Lewis Creations. I just thought I would kind of share with you the process of using this card kit that I mentioned in the final flip through of the Santa Remembered journal. It's the same day of finishing that, but the deadline for this is tomorrow. So, you know, nothing like waiting until the last minute. Oh my goodness. So what I have here are the pieces that she sent. So we have this die cut topper, and then this is the back piece. So this I sprayed with water. It's very, very wet. And I sprayed it with tumbled glass. And then I was like, oh, I want some depth of color. So I went ahead and sprayed it with Uncharted Mariner. And then it was kind of splotchy, so I mopped up a little bit more of the Uncharted Mariner. So I'm letting that dry. And then on the bottom of this piece, right now I have some of this grit paste drying. So hopefully you can see that. That's going to give us some sandy texture on the bottom. I'm going to let that dry. In the meantime, I think what I'm going to do is just use my watercolors and watercolor our palm trees and the sun. And so that'll give us a kind of a nice muted color for this. Let me grab my watercolor palette here. What do I do with it? Good question. Okay, sorry about that. I honestly couldn't find it. I rearranged a few things in here. Well, you guys know that I've been trying to clean up, and so I just kind of had a mess. So on my palm fronds, I do want a mixture of these greens. And actually, if you've seen live palm trees that haven't been have not been cleaned up, they really get quite scraggly, and they're very unattractive if they've not been cared for. It's kind of interesting. So I'm just going to start here with a little bit of a green color base and put a little bit of water in my lid over here. I know you can't see that. And the lighting is a little dark in here. I don't have the overhead light on, and honestly I wasn't really planning on filming this, but I thought I would just go ahead and come on and film. And you know, if I don't like this, I can always go back over it. It is watercolor, although I didn't pre-treat this paper, so I'm pretty much going to get what I get. And that's okay. This is what she does is you you send her the picture, and it's kind of an anonymous entry. And then she posts what everybody creates, and then I don't think I like that, but that's okay. I'm going to go around this with probably white paint to make that border back on this, because I really like the border. Or cut a border. I can just cut a border. But anyway, so she does like an anonymous post. So then everybody you vote on what your favorite card is, and then you guess which one is hers. And the one I made last month, mine was so different than everybody else's. And that's okay. I don't mind. And so of course I didn't win, which again, I don't mind. How about not stick our finger in the wet grit paste here? So anyway, yeah, so it's just kind of a fun thing. This is only my second month signing up for it. And to be perfectly honest, I don't know if I'm going to sign up for it again. It's not that I don't enjoy it. I do enjoy it. But it's hard for me to like make the time and have the time to do something like this. Oh, I like that color. I forget that I can just mix them on my palette. So anyway, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I think that the different levels of talent and what people envision with the pieces parts that you're given to use kind of can be very interesting. And so right now I feel like this is quite ugly, but that's okay. I'm just going to keep at it until I'm happy with it. And I may never be happy with it because I'm not very good at watercolor, so I'm not really sure why I'm doing watercolor. But that's okay. We're just going to go with it and call it an experiment, yeah? Because like I always say, you know, we don't know if we don't try these things. And so we're just trying. We're just playing and learning. And honestly, I'm not going to win. So I know. Is that a bad attitude? I don't mean to have a bad attitude. But it's, I mean, you know, I do try to be real. So the one I did last month, I had a lot of fun with it, but it was very Father's Day centric. And I don't do Father's Day stuff. I have issues with Father's Day, if I'm being perfectly honest. So anyway, I just struggled with the items that were given, and so kind of made it my own by just ignoring the fact that it was a Father's Day card. Okay, so for now, I'm just going to call that good and let that green dry, and then I'll come back and I'll do my brown and my yellow. I don't have a, oh, I could just do like this, I suppose. And I had a napkin. I don't know what I did with it. So anyway, yeah, just a thing. Oh, my ear is ringing. Oh, goodness. So yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well. Again, this is just something for fun and a little different. I'm not, you may not even see this video. Just depends on how I feel about it when I'm done. But it's all right. Okay, so there's the yellow, and then we need some brown. And I don't know what brand this watercolor set is, but I'm not really sure that I love it either. But it's all right. We're just gonna come in here and give it some color. Need some more water here. I don't think this paper is designed to take water either. But again, it'll be okay. Oh, it's kind of cute. It's kind of taking life, isn't it? I think maybe. Maybe. So. And it's just the first layer. So my son came by a while ago and, oh, man, when he's cranky, oh, he makes me cranky for real. For real. He stresses me out, you guys. I just love him to pieces, and I just am like, what are you doing, son? But don't question him. Good Lord, he knows what he's doing. Okay. Oh, you know, I could come in here with blue on that, maybe. And finish that off with blue around there. We'll see. I think I'm probably gonna cut. Oh, maybe I will come in with some like light blue around the edges there. Let's do it. I don't know if I washed the brown out of that. Oh well. Oh, let's get it off of the napkin, Jody. Yeah, just have it blend in there. There we go. Yeah, that's not too terrible, is it? I know this little piece is designed to hold this, but it's not really part of the trunk, and it's not really part of the tree. So I think we'll put one of our surfboards there because that's bothering me. It doesn't belong. All right, so I'm gonna have to let this dry, and then we'll come back and see what else we're gonna do with it. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, I'm back. It's the next morning, and I have just added a little bit of very watered down brown paint to my grit paste to make it look like sand, and that's wet right now, so I'm allowing that to dry, but I have an idea how I want to finish that sand. Well, where is it? I have the gold iridescent matte medium, and I think I'm just going to do a slight layer, just a really light layer over the top of that, and just give it a little sparkle, because the sand sparkles when the sun's on it, right? And the cat is in here, so if you hear her, she's nuts as usual this morning. So I apologize if she leaps out from under my table and startles me, because she's under my feet somewhere. So I think I'm going to water that down just a little bit. Just a little bit. And this is due today, you guys. Nothing like waiting until the last minute. Mark says, are you done yet? No, go finish it. So much to do. It's like, oh, the time is ticking away. Here, I still have to finish making the dash mat for the RV. I still have to finish making the quilt. That project's still all over my dining room table. We have a lot to do around here still. It's supposed to be really hot today. So I don't know how much we're actually going to get done. Oh, when that dries, that's going to have just a nice shimmer like the sand. Okay. And I didn't think that through because I just put glue in my brush. Hopefully it'll hold until I get that washed out. Okay, so my requirements are everything's supposed to be on the front of this card. So all the elements that I use have to be on the front. And then if you use the palm tree cover die, you must use at least 3 of the stamped images. So that's these, and they're so cute. I love this little crab. I'm totally using the crab. And then, and a sentiment. It says a stamped sentiment on the card base is positioned to work with the palm trees, but you can use it without your sentiment choice. You can add 3 items, hi Chloe, from your stash plus 1 color sequence or gems unless it's used as a shaker fill. Oh, that would have been fun. Markers, pencils, pens, don't consider against added items, and I'm supposed to do the picture today. Okay, I just had to refresh myself on those rules. So I have here some Dylusions paint markers, and all I want to do is add some interest to our trees and the sun. And I don't love these markers as much as I love my Arteza markers, which I probably will use as well, but these are just a bolder tip, so they're not going to work for like everything, but we're going to go with it. We're just going to go with it because the worst I can do is ruin them, right? It's just paper. Not that I have this die to make another one. Oh, I did yesterday off camera. I did take my matte medium and just with my finger went over the watercolor areas because I knew I was going to come back in and just add some lines and whatever. And I knew that my the acrylic markers would reactivate the watercolor, so I didn't really want to have my paint markers ruined with the watercolor. So just so you know, I don't know if you know that or not, but your watercolor will reactivate if you don't seal it. And then I was just trying to be really careful when I was sealing it to make sure that I just gently touched it and only stayed within the color I was on with the marker, so that way I wasn't moving like my brown into the green and vice versa. So hopefully that makes sense. So I'm just adding a little bit of shading around the edges here. I want to shade and highlight, and this is going to give us a little bit more depth of color too because the watercolor is so muted, which I do love. But anyway, so I was telling you yesterday that palm trees, they're actually, if you don't take care of them, they're very unattractive. And I find that to be very interesting because people love them so much. But like the dead fronds, they just hang and they're like this big brown blob of just fronds and whatever. And they don't look nice if they're not taken care of. But when they're manicured, they're just so vacation feeling and just love it. So anyway, for those of you who don't live in an area that have them, or maybe you've not ever seen them, when we were gone this winter and we went over to Parker Dam, we were riding our bikes and there was this, I don't know, just this area that was like kind of wild, and the palms were growing like weeds. Seriously, they were just everywhere. This whole like valley was filled with palm trees, and they were like so just junky looking and dirty looking, and it was crazy. I'm going with some brighter colors along with that darker color. I just wanted to kind of shade the bottoms, and then where the sun is going to hit these, I want to come in with a brighter color. And this may be too bright, but oh, I don't think it is actually. I think I like it. and I'm talking, so hopefully I really did stay on the top side of these like I wanted to. So the sun's like here, so I'm just wanting to highlight like where the sun would be. So I'm just going to continue to do this, and then I'll come back when I'm done highlighting the leaves. So I think that's probably good enough. I have a little bit in the blue that I don't really like, but that's okay. I mean, we'll just come in, and I haven't used these markers in a couple weeks, so are you guys even straight? Sorry about that. Anyway, so I'm trying to make sure my paint's coming out properly, and I just want to add, you know, just a little bit of a different color in here and just bring it to life a little bit more. Again, this is just, you send her pictures and she posts the pictures in her group, and then people just vote on them and try to decide which one's hers and whatever, and it just gives me stuff to work with that I don't have in my stash. And so, and it pushes me, because I mean, I read the rules to you. There's, you know, you got to kind of use what she sent, not kind of, you have to use what she sends you. So what I was thinking is, so this will go on here like this. And I wish we didn't have to use another phrase unless I just cover that one up, but I could put it on the corner maybe. But what I want to do is use, I think I'm going to use this board, and then I definitely, where'd my crab go? Come here, little crab. He's so cute. Use the little crab. He's got a little thingy that needs punched out of him that didn't get weeded. It's a little piece though, so it's easy to miss it. There we go. He's so cute. The little crab on there. I love it. And then I'm thinking one of these phrases, which, I don't know, I like sandy toes and sun-kissed nose. And I feel like 2 phrases is kind of too many, but I like that. But it says, if you use the palm tree cover die, you must use at least 3 of the stamped images and a sentiment. But the sentiment's already on there. I don't know. Love you to the beach and back. How about that for Mark? Yeah? Well, what if I put this down here? No, I wish I hadn't cut that so close to the bottom, but that's okay. I just think that's too many words. Maybe I'll just message her real quick. So I asked her, and I could use that as my sentiment. So I'm done. I finished it. I went around the palms with some black pen for the scent. I used the crab, the 2 shells, starfish, and that surfboard. Not really loving the project, but it's done, and I submitted it and completed it on time, which yay go me. Okay, so that's it for this video. Outside my comfort zone. I don't love the end result, but not everything we do ends up being something that we absolutely love, but we don't know if we don't try. And part of the reason I like the card kit challenge that she sends is because it does push me outside of my comfort zone. And oh, I can't reach the one I did last month, but it was another one that was way outside my comfort zone. But anyway, so I don't know if I will do it again next month or not. But for this month, it is finished, completed, and submitted. So thank you for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.